Hey everyone, I decided to stick with my schedule and go ahead and do a video today because, as you know, today is Wednesday, and every Wednesday I do a new 2 chapters of the Bible, one from the Old Testament, one from the New. And today I started Philippians 3 and Psalm 6. And I don't really have anything from those to share right now because, if you can't tell by my voice, I am really sick. I have a cold, and I also went to urgent care yesterday, and I have an ear infection. And everyone around me is sick. They all have the same kind of cold and everything. My one sister has a sinus infection, and my parents, who are in their late 70s, have got this very strange variant of a cold. It's not COVID or anything like that, but this is not a normal cold virus, whatever it is. Even my brother-in-law said that. He said whatever we're getting is not normal. He also has it. There's like 8 of us that have whatever this is, and we're at different levels of it. I'm on day 7, my mom's on day 5, and my dad's on day 2. And but I really haven't been reading much of my previous chapters because I've been bedridden. I had about 3 days, I think it was day 3, 4, and 5 of my cold, that I was absolutely bedridden. Like I had such severe body aches, and I was so weak and so tired. I couldn't do anything, and that's very unusual for me because I've never had a cold, or even when I've had COVID, and I've had COVID 3 times. I've never been so sick with any of those that they've kept me off my feet. I would still walk, even if I had a fever. I would walk in my room back and forth, or on my treadmill or something, because I could do that. This just completely bedridden me. It's been ridiculous, and this was before my infection started, so I don't know what kind of strange cold this is. But I wanted to get on here because the last few days I've been struggling because, like I mentioned in previous video at least, that we have to make ourselves do the right thing, do things in general, like, life goes on even when you don't feel like it, whether you're hungry or you're tired, or in this case sick. And I was thinking about it. Whenever I'm sick, I tend to be really, really selfish. I think that's normal for a lot of people. I'm not like blatantly selfish or anything like that, but like I don't want to even try to go the extra mile and help someone or do what I should do if someone else can do it in my stead. I tend to be a bellyacher when I'm sick. I'm a terrible patient. I've gotten better, but anyway, I was just thinking of, going through this, the Lord was bringing to my mind lessons that I had shared in previous videos, and how now is a good time to practice what I preach, because I'm not going to be hypocritical. We're all hypocritical to some extent, but like if I notice I'm being hypocritical, I'm going to own up to it. Like I'm not someone, as far as I've noticed in myself, that if there's a problem that's been pointed out, that I'm going to deny it, and be like, oh no, I don't struggle with that. I'm not selfish. I'm not lazy. If there's an issue, especially if the Lord reveals it to me, then I take that seriously. I'm like, okay, forgive me, Lord, help me not to be selfish and lazy and everything. Because like I said, my parents are sick, and my mom's really got it bad right now. Like I said, she's on day 5. And we all help each other and stuff, and she helped me when I had a couple of days where I felt literally faint, not dizzy or lightheaded, but like my blood sugar was low, it felt like, but it wasn't. All my vitals were good. but she had to end up doing some of my not chores, but my daily routine that I usually do for them. She had to do that for me in my stead. And even my sister, if you hear whining, that's my dog. He wants me to throw his toy, which I'm going to do. My sister had to take the dog to the groomers in my stead. I think is the right word. But anyway, what I was getting at is, settle down, boy. Hold on, let me put his toy up. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if he'll lay down now. But anyway, what I was saying is, I love to help others, I do. But whenever I'm not feeling good, it's so easy to justify, like, oh, mom's in the kitchen, she can get that while she's in there. But when she gets sick, she tends to be forgetful too. We all do. We have similar symptoms. And long story short, I've just caught myself where the things I've been on here preaching about, like being others minded, putting others before yourself, think of people better than yourself and put their needs above your own and do things, especially the right thing, no matter what, like even if you're sick and tired and stuff, unless you actually literally cannot do it. And the Lord was just bringing that to my mind. I'm like, yeah, now's a good time, being sick, to practice what I preach. And because I've been struggling a little bit in that, and I wanted to come on here and hold myself accountable to you guys, to anyone who may see this video. But so I'm going to, like I said, I'm on day 7, so hopefully I'll be out of this completely within 3 or 4 days, because I do feel better the most as of today. Today will make 2 days that I've been on my antibiotic for my ear infection. But I always think that I'm tougher than I am, and that I can do more stuff, and I'm not going to let this or that get me down if I'm ever faced with it. And then when I am faced with it, I subconsciously do what I said I wasn't going to do. Like, I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to go ahead and push myself to do what I can do, and not bellyache and be like, oh, woe is me, I'm so sick. Oh, can someone, do this for me? Like make an effort. I want to make an effort. And that's what I've caught myself doing. And I've also, which could be a sign that I'm getting better, but still miserable, I've caught myself being like impatient lately. But also that's been because I sound a little bit better today. I sounded really bad yesterday and the day before. But it's hard to talk because I cough a lot. And when, like one of the things I help my parents with is my dad, he can't see real well, so I help read the list of shows that are on TV, and then he can hit record if he wants to watch them or not. So I have to read the title, and I have to read what it's about and who's in it. And that was really hard for me yesterday because I can't raise my voice. I can't hear real well in my ear, my right ear where the infection is. And when I raise my voice, my throat tickles and then I cough. And anyway, so it was like, oh, are you kidding me? We have to do this right now. But, if the Lord calls you to it, which he did, like Dad had given me a couple of days where I didn't have to do it because I usually do it a little bit each day for about 3 or 4 days. My mom actually took the first 2 days, which I didn't know at the time. And so then I took over after that. And, but, since my dad asked and the Lord allowed that to happen, the Lord was going to provide me the ability to do it. So that's just what I want to get on here and say is, practice what you preach, humble yourself, trust the Lord. He'll give you the strength to do what he's calling you to do, even if you are miserable and still struggling in the midst of it. So I Talk to you later.